Hey guys, I wanted to go a little more in depth on the VMU for the Dreamcast. I touched on this in my Dreamcast video. As I mentioned, it is the memory card for the Dreamcast, and it also acts as a screen on the controller, which some of the games support, such as, for example, Resident Evil. It will display your health on this screen here. So instead of usually in a Resident Evil game, you don't have a health bar on the screen. You go into your menu and you'll see your character's general health status. While on here, it just shows that heartbeat meter right on the screen of the controller. So it's very convenient in some of the games. But the VMU itself is a standalone, game playing device. It's got its own screen. It's got its own controls. I'll give you an example here. I'm going to turn this on. There we go. Now it acts as basically, a basic clock. It's 9:03. That's actually the time. And June 21st, 2008. That's the correct date. So it acts as a basic kind of watch. You can also play games on it, like I said. Now, some of the Sega Dreamcast games actually support the option to download a mini game from the main game to the VMU. So you can get games on here via Dreamcast games that support it. But in this case, I've got a little homebrew on here. This is Pac-Man that basically someone's written for the actual VMU itself. So, just give you an example. Just to show you, this is a game being played on the VMU. And like I said, this does chew through batteries, and the batteries aren't cheap to replace, taking 2 watch batteries. But that gives you an idea anyways, so I'm going to get out of that. And I'll shut it off. It is supposed to have a cover to cover the ports here when you're not actually using it in the Dreamcast. It does look a little nicer with the cover on it. I unfortunately don't have the cover for this one. But like I said, 2 main problems. One is the battery life, and there's really nothing you can do about that, other than, just don't use it, really, unless you absolutely have to. The other problem is the actual storage space on this. It's very, very, very limited. It's about 128K, which is 128,000 bytes, compared to the PlayStation 2's memory card, which is 8 megabytes or 8 million bytes. This is such a fraction, a very, very minute little fraction of what, say, a PlayStation 2's memory card is. And that's a big problem with this. Really, I've got Resident Evil Code Veronica on here, a few saves for that, and I've got Shenmue on here, and it's basically already half full. So it's really bad. It does not store a lot of games. And then you download those mini games on here. A few games and a few saved games and a few mini games on here, and you're full. So they really should have developed this with more memory in it. That's the biggest problem. And there is something you can do to help that problem. They measure the free space on here for the games in blocks, as a lot of memory cards do. Just a simpler way to keep track of how many saved games you can put onto here. So these come with about 200 blocks free. And apparently what Sega's done is they've actually locked about 44 of the blocks. And they've saved that memory. I'm guessing what they've done is they've saved that memory for, say, an update for the actual VMU's operating system itself, or some sort of an update. They just left a little bit of space, for some headroom down the road. They never used it. So there's actually 44 blocks on here that you can unlock, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Go to this website here. I'm going to display the website on the screen now. And this is the website here. This is a program called Dream Explorer, and what Dream Explorer does is it basically unlocks your VMU. It's a little operating system that runs on the Dreamcast, and it basically gives you full control over your VMU. Anything from backing up VMU files, to putting pictures on the VMU, to formatting or defragmenting VMU files, drawing your own icons for VMU files, edit GameShark CDX codes, edit VMU files. There's a lot of things you can do. You could change the Dreamcast boot menu. So this is a very well-rounded program. Also has an MP3 player, an image browser, and an audio player. Plays MP3, OGG, Vorbis, and WAV files. And it comes with a whole bunch of games for the VMU as well. And it also lets you, like I said, unlock the extra 44 blocks for your VMU. So this is a must-have program if you have a Dreamcast in the VMU. Unlocking that extra 44 blocks to give you 244 total, that's worth having this program alone, let alone all this other stuff that it lets you do. And like I said, it comes with a bunch of games as well. It comes with about 30 or 40 little games that you can put onto the VMU and play. That's where I got Pac-Man from. So what you want to do is go to the website and go to downloads. And what they do is they straight up give you the bootable image file. So right here you download the file. It's a 66 megabyte file. Once you've got the file, get a program called Disk Juggler if you don't have it already. It's basically a burning program, and that's the format that their bootable image is in. So you're going to need Disk Juggler. Open up Disk Juggler. I got mine for free. This is just a demo edition. Since I'm only really using it for this purpose, I'm going to probably only use it once. Just go get the demo. It's a fully time unlimited demo, by the way. And then just open that file. It gives you the option to burn it to a CD. Once you get the CD, like I said, it's bootable. So all you got to do is put this CD in your Dreamcast, turn on your Dreamcast, and it runs this program. Gives you all those options. So I'll show you how to use that program now. So like I said, stick it in and turn on your Dreamcast. It's going to boot up just as if it was a regular game or anything else. Press any key, it says. Press any button. And here it is loading up. Dream Explorer VMU tool. So here's the main menu. The first thing you're going to want to do is just open the VMU. Of course, it's the first VMU. And now we're going to extra blocks is what you want to go to and turn them on. You hit start to save that setting. So you have to hit the start button once you've selected on. Just like that. It's as simple as that. They're on. So you've already actually got more space on your VMU now. So like I said, that's worth it alone. Here's all the games. VMU games are all in one directory by type of game. Of course, I'm going to go to arcade and I'm going to pick Pac-Man. That's what I had on the VMU. So as you can see at the bottom, very bottom of the screen, it's showing you what the game name's called. And there you go. VMU M Pac-Man. Mini Pac-Man. Tells you it's going to take up 67 blocks. So as you can see, there's not a lot of space on these things. Like I said, there's about 200 blocks to begin with. After we unlock that extra 44, there's 244, but I mean this simple little Pac-Man game, which is basically as simple of a program that you can get, it takes up 67 blocks, so really should have made these damn VMUs bigger. That's the biggest problem with them. But that's it. I mean, you can do all that other stuff in this program. Like I said, you're going to want to check it out, even if it's just to unlock the extra blocks.